Oh man, you know, you would think that this chair um would be more comfortable, but I will say I do miss the lumbar support. However, there is a butt print that I think we need to get fixed. Um, oh, again, even as a guest star, we still don't get staff that properly tells us when the red light's freaking on.
No,
Come
I
on,
kind of gave up
people.
with them. I gave up with them. I kind of just let them do their own thing now.
Mm, You see, I at least got Violets to go and like scratch their, ankles or fart in their, the staff lounge at least.
I need
Oh
to.
man,
I need to hide those streets.
yeah. Why don't they do something about the dusting in here? Come on, people.
I am
Christ.
trying my best. I
It
am a
is not
one
your job. You
person.
you are a
I am
host.
a
It's
one
their
person.
job. Listen, I left the payroll how it should have been. HR should have done this crap. Okay,
Ugh.
just say.
Oh,
Anyways,
hello.
wow, welcome to Nightcore Narrative. It's been a hot minute since I've been here. Life, yes. For those who may or may not know me, I'm Aqua. I was former co-host, and I'm just a guest star now. Still doing some reading on the side and all that good stuff. We'll be here to at least wrap up some of the series that we've done from the very beginning. Sorry. Ah, choked on my spit.
I was
You know,
literally
what do you
going.
have in It's been a while, okay? Listen.
I was
Listen.
literally going to do a dramatic pause just to make him feel awkward, and instead we get the allergy cough.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I'm struggling, folks. Okay, a lot of my, life, hitting me with a baseball bat. Um, and also been getting sick, so you might hear some sniffling, some shuffling of my healing coffee that I have in my hands right now. I'm gonna do a slurpy slurp real quick. Mm.
Oh
Soothing for the throat.
oh God!
Yeah, yep. I
The
bet you guys missed
fucking
the
gulp.
ASMR here. Oh yeah.
The gulp was so loud.
I know, it's great.
Oh God.
At least the boom mic guy is working properly. It's the only guy I can trust, really.
Well,
Anyways, again, I'm Aqua,
I am Elvish. The
and here's Violence.
only host now.
Hey, Violence can be co-host.
Hashtag
Support
bitches be
co-host.
crazy.
Yeah, it happens. Violence, you're insane, aren't you? Yeah, that's right. You do love the screams of the other staff members.
Oh, did you know that I fired Chad?
Uh,
It
mean,
wasn't working out. He wouldn't stay in the
listen.
corner, and it was really just starting to frustrate me. And then okay, fired and ran away are, I use them synonymously.
Oh, I see. I mean, well, to be honest, I had Chad there on payroll just so that it's just something for like if we needed a punching bag to kind of vent our frustration. That's literally the guy. So yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we forced him to go outside because he wasn't behaving, and he just never returned.
Well,
Do not report us for employee harassment. Employees do
they
not
signed a
actually
contract.
exist.
They signed a contract anyway, so they legally said they're okay with it. So
I am a one-woman show.
it's fine. It's fine. And I'm an occasional cat that comes in a box.
The box is heavy as fuck too. He always makes me carry it. Like, he
Listen.
waits until I pick up the box for him to jump inside, and then I just have to like carry it, and it's fucking miserable.
Well, I have to act the part. I didn't get these ears for nothing.
Yes.
Just saying. Anyways,
Anyway.
speaking of boxes, we're here to talk about The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden.
Oh, I love Frida McFadden so much.
This is my first book from her.
So, for me, which I know you guys are gonna see other videos. I have about 6 that are about to come out. But I am going on, I believe Frida McFadden has 28 books, I think, and I'm currently on the journey of reading every single one, and this is book number 7 for me. I love Frida McFadden, and I didn't understand the hype at first, but I understand the hype now. After so many books, I get it.
Now, this is my like I said, this is my first one of hers, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of enjoyed it. There are some things that kind of like, pet peeve. It's not really her fault. It's just a me thing.
But I
Fucking-
think I know you're gonna go like in detail about it because I already know. Aqua and I were DMing, so I already know. The thing is, I think for her to be able, okay, I guess for you to be able to read it and get that upset by it, I think she did her job very well.
Yeah, I will say I think there's like a bit of like I don't want to say trope. Like, okay, I do kind of say trope, but I don't mean this like in a bad way. Like, there's always like a certain style, a certain like angle that most people write books in, right? Like, you got the heroic, MC, things like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, I feel like this one is very like easily. I want. This sounds mean, but okay. I'm so ready to start on my tangent. I am so ready. So ready. Don't get me wrong. I will say now, I did like the book. I did enjoy it. It's gonna sound like I don't, but I do actually. It was actually
No.
kind of a fun little ride.
I
It's just
love this book.
little pet peeve that I'm just nitpicking so much that just like, woman, why?
Well, and then this is the thing too. I had two theories. I will go over them. Aqua had
Oh.
one theory. He'll go over his.
Oh, okay. I actually had more, and I
Oh.
realized I never sent them to you, but it's in my
Oh.
fucking drafts. It's in my
Okay.
drafts. It's
Okay,
in my
holy
drafts.
fuck.
Okay.
Well,
Oh,
I had two theories. They're kind of like one in the same. Aqua apparently had multiple theories. However, Aqua and I are the type of people where, I guess if you guys are new here and you haven't watched any of the older videos, if this is your first video, Aqua and I, like he said, he used to be the podcast or the co-host of this podcast. But he and I have been best friends for about 20 years now, so
I honestly lost count, but close enough, yeah.
it's close enough. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try and get into that math.
Too much math already.
But he and I are the type of people that can start a movie and already guess the entire plot line and the ending within the first like 5 to 10 minutes. Same goes for a book. I can read like the first chapter or two and we're already like he's already messaging me, this bitch does this, right? Sure enough, chapter 10 or something rolls around, that happens. And this was the first book I genuinely could not guess the ending. And, I even told him, I was like, bro, I have theories and none of them came true. And he was like, well, let me take a crack at it. And I got a message today like...
Cracks knuckles
fuck.
with cat intent.
Right. And he was like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I didn't get it right either. And I'm just like, damn. Like, this was a book that stumped both of us.
I think... Okay. The thing is, like, if I say any of my theories... The problem is, I already know the ending. I already know what happened. So there's no way for me to say it to the point to where it'd be like, there was one thing I guessed. There was one thing I guessed because I just had a gut feeling. But there's no point of me saying it now because one, I forgot to completely message it to you in the first place.
Well, no, I would I would still say your theories, but because I'm gonna say mine. Even though, yeah.
Can I say mine first? I just want to see because I don't know your theories. You told me that you had theories, because like she said, me and her, we DM on the books that we talked about, and yeah, we're very much so far like every time I watch a movie and now the books, we always try to guess the ending. We try to guess something like an angle that could be like key to whatever the plot is,
especially
or maybe
like thriller.
Yeah, especially thrillers. And so if I can, or if we're ready. I kind of want to go with the theory before you get into the explanation of the book. I'm so ready. But
so
my
do
first theory.
The theory before the summary.
I
mean that's fine.
Okay, I just want to do my theory first.
Okay.
One's because I'm also curious on yours, but I want to wait till the end because normally for your theories it just makes more sense, in a way. If that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because mine's a very generalized theory. My first theory I had messaged you. Yeah, mine's very generalized. It's not too specific.
Yeah, mine
but
are
my
specific.
generalized theories. Yeah, my generalized theories were this. The first one that I think I messaged you was that that I think there are two killers involved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And in a way, that was kind of correct. Just not
Kind of
in the
had
way I
that vibe
expected.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. In a technical term, I was kind of correct. But at the end, it's technically I was also wrong, in a way. My other theory is that the main guy, well, for one, I knew that the main guy was definitely the same person as the guy in the past. This doctor guy was definitely Tom, and I was like, and when it found out it was Tom, I was like, I am not surprised. I was not surprised at the reveal. I'm gonna say that now. And I made a wild guess. Well, I guess it was specific. Kevin, fucking Kevin, is nothing but a distraction. Because in most
Oh
thriller
my
books, there's
God.
always a distraction, and I was right. He was nothing but a distraction. He has no value to this book besides a distraction.
Okay.
Distraction.
One of my
So
theories was about
I got
Kevin.
excited. Oh really?
So, okay, I'll do the summary
Okay,
super
this
quick. Did you have
yes,
another
yeah,
theory?
let's do this. No. Those were it. The other
Ooh.
thing was like I had no basis for it, but I had an inkling about the ladies. The other two ladies that wasn't the MC had something to do with the story, and I was right. But now knowing at the end, it's like it feels kind of lackluster. I wish I had told you the theories beforehand, just so you could back me up. But I did have a suspicion that one of the two girls, besides the MC, has something to do with the overarching story, and I would have been right if I'd said it beforehand. But it feels kind of baseless now because we know the ending.
Right.
So I'm not gonna count that one for me because I forgot to message it to you. And usually I'm pretty on point, but it was so busy today at work. Ugh,
I feel that.
it was crazy.
Well,
Anyway, summary time before I continue to throw us a wrench.
super quick summary. You know,
Yeah.
if you know anything about Frida McFadden, you know that her books are only between maybe 250 and 400 pages, so they're super quick reads. We have The Boyfriend, which is, you know, about our female main character, Sophie? Sydney.
Sydney.
We have Sydney. She is in present time. She goes on all of these dates with, you know, through her dating app, whatever, what have
Singe,
you.
I think that's what it's called.
And she meets this kind of sleazebag. His name is Kevin. We don't like Kevin.
Ugh.
Fuck Kevin.
God, Kevin. So
He becomes
annoying.
weird.
Sorry.
Right. Like, I don't like Kevin. Short version, he becomes really weird, stalkery, and then there's this mystery guy that kind of is like, bro, like, get the fuck away from her. She's not interested. Eventually, mystery guy starts dating Sydney. We do find out his name is Tom. He is a doctor. He is very suspicious throughout the entire book, and the book does a very good job at making you wonder what he's up to. Also going off of Tom, we do a dual POV timeline where Sydney is in present day. We do have Tom's POV from 20 years prior. So we get him and his friends in high school. We find some, I mean, you already know, spoilers. We find out that he murks his dad. We find out that some girls go missing. Another girl ended up dead, and, you know, yeah, suspicious shit. And then in the present time, bless you.
Thank you.
In the fucking motherfucker.
Haha. He needs practice. The present times. Present. There you go.
And in the present times, you know, female main character's bestie gets murked. We think it's Dr. Guy. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. And then, you know, like towards the end, we find out that the other bestie this is hard. We find out that the other bestie is actually the killer, and we'll go into detail about that. But Yes, that is basically it. We are trying to figure out who murdered the best friend while also trying to figure out who this Tom guy is, because we're seeing all of this like unfold and we're like, bro, he should not be trusted. Like, he is obviously the one behind everything. Just to find out
Yep.
that he is not.
Which I did like that little twist at the end.
I
I also
did
want
too.
to point out is that the police guy who is investigating is actually the ex-boyfriend of
Yeah.
Sydney. And then they end up together towards the end. Oh, if we
Yeah.
haven't told you already, spoiler alert. Okay, guys, chillax. Keep your panties in a knot. Alright?
So, I guess I'll start with my theories, I guess, because you
Yes,
said
I'm
your
excited
theories.
to hear theory. Yes, I'm dying to know yours.
So my theories are kind of one and the same. We have my first theory. We are focusing mainly on the past POV where we're discussing Tom and his time in high school. He is ideally in love with this girl named Daisy. They do end up talking, do end up getting together. Daisy's father is the chief of police. He's like a head honcho. Tom's unfortunate father is very abusive. Doesn't treat him or his mother right whatsoever. And he has his best friend, Slug, I believe is his name.
Yes, Slug.
He is a tall, lengthy motherfucker, if you will. Ichabod Crane looking mug. Anyway, he's very slender, very pimply, very, your generic underweight, super tall high school kid. And he has a tendency of getting bugs and like eating them. And so people think he's gross, think he's whatever. My first theory, now mind you, we already know the ending, so we obviously already know that these are incorrect. That is why we are telling you beforehand. I had the theory that Slug and Kevin were the same person.
Oh,
The
really?
way that they described Kevin is the same, if not almost similar, way that they described Slug. The way that they talked, like the mannerisms were different, but almost the same. Their stature was the same, their weight was the same, their facial features were almost the same. Almost everything was down to a T. So I thought originally that Slug and Kevin were the same person.
But
But
can I reveal?
yeah.
They are not the same, and I knew it. But it means nothing, because I didn't say jack diddly shit about it. Okay.
And then I have one
Okay, I will say this. Kevin seemed worse than Slug.
more. Well, to an extent.
Slug is just grody. He likes to eat bugs. Kevin is
Until the very end, because until we get the massive curtain
reveal.
drop reveal, it's
Yeah.
kind of hinting that Slug might have been the one behind the disappearances and the murders. Which, if
Yeah.
you then go back to, I believe, chapter 2, where Kevin was assaulting Sydney, the attitude and actions also lined up a little bit.
Yeah, I could see where you get that. I don't know, it's just like it seemed too coincidental. Kevin felt, at least to me, Kevin felt so much like a distraction versus Slug felt purposeful.
Yeah.
Like, do you see what I'm saying?
No,
like,
yeah,
it's
absolutely.
like, to me, it just felt like too, like, it felt like it fit too well, and it was like, there's no way that it would be that simple. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I typically have a very strange way of looking at things, and I mean, you can ask Elvish, and she can tell you for sure that I have a very weird way of thinking things. I think the last time I made a theory, I was pretty much on the nose last time.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. But
I
I
was
don't know,
so mad.
it just felt weird, you know?
Well, and
That
then
I don't know,
and
it
then
felt sus. I
right.
said it. It felt sus. All right.
And then my second theory, like I said, is one and the same. I actually thought I was correct at the end until the massive plot twist happened. But we have the kind of going more into the summary type. Um, the female main character and one of her friends, let's say friend number 2, they live in the same apartment complex, and the boyfriend of friend number 3 is like the super of the apartment complex. He has all the master keys, he looks over everything, he fixes shit. Like, that is, he basically runs the apartment complex. Friend number 2 was even like, hey, like, he is coming to fix my toilet today. I don't feel comfortable around him. He's very creepy. Can you please, like, be here in the morning so that I'm not alone with him? And, you know, our main character, she was like, you know, I would absolutely do that. Sure. Long behold, she doesn't answer the door. They end up opening the door, going in, and finding her body. Which then brings my second thing. Randy was a little bit too suspicious. He was a little bit too Mr. Nice Guy, and it kind of got to the point where I really, really thought that he might be the killer, which the book did start with you thinking that Tom was the killer, and then, or like Randy was the killer, then Tom was the killer, and then back to Randy. And the book did a really, really good job at keeping your entire focus on all the men, whether it was Randy, Tom, Slug, or Kevin. They kept your focus on the men the entire time, where you didn't really suspect the women. However, my second theory was Slug was Randy. And then I thought I was right. I thought I got it when at the end, Tom is with Sydney, and Gretchen comes up, and, you know, Randy is there. Gretchen is friend number 3, sorry. Gretchen is basically like, oh my god, like, is this Tom? Like, holy shit. Like, we finally meet him. And then Randy walks up, and Tom is like, you need to get the fuck away from her. And, like, so I'm thinking, like, oh my god, he recognizes his friend. Holy shit. This is it. This is the big reveal. And so Randy, Gretchen, and Sydney all go back to Gretchen and Randy's apartment. Fuck, that's difficult to say. They go back to the apartment, and you have Tom out there beating on the door like a psychopath, like, you need to get away from them, get away from them. And then immediately says, like, Daisy, you need to let them go. Let's circle back. Daisy was the girl that Tom was with in high school 20 years prior to our current situation. So Gretchen was Daisy. Daisy was the reason for the disappearance of her friend in high school, aka probably murked that bitch, if we're being honest, and
without a doubt,
and killed their best friend. And the reason why she killed them is because, yes, bless you, and friend number 2 did go on dates. And so that's why she's trying to kill Sydney, because she is still in love with Tom, and she thinks that anyone that ever gets to him needs to leave. Go bye-bye for eternity.
Unsubscribe from life permanently.
But I really genuinely thought I was correct, because once he said, you need to get out of there, you need to get out of there, I'm like, what the fuck? I was correct. And then turns out Randy is actually a precious being. He literally had nothing to do with it. It was her all along.
Randy was just innocent bystander.
I actually kind of felt bad for him.
I did too. He was nice.
Randy. Nope, not Randy. Randy, I apologize. I am sorry. I apologize.
Well, he did. He's been permanently unsubscribed.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
almost called Randy Kevin.
How dare you?
Kevin
How
is absolute
dare you?
trash, by the way. Oh
Mm.
my god. Literally. Okay, let me go on a mini little rant here. Shall I? Okay, I shall. Thank you.
Go for it. Yes,
So,
yes, please.
I started reading this at
Rent's
work.
time in Night Core narrative.
Fuck.
Bless
Okay.
you.
I had like this mad cough.
Ah, gotcha.
So, I was at work. So, okay, I did, because you guys know that I've been doing a lot of audiobooks lately just because of my job, but I did half physical book, half audiobook. I will honestly say, for me personally, the physical book is 1,000 times better than the audiobook. I would not personally listen to the audiobook for this book. However, I was at work reading this, right? Like, physical book. I now have hiccups. I was at work reading this, and chapter 1 and 2, let me fucking tell you, chapter 1 and 2 quite literally had me punching the goddamn air. I was punching the air. Oh my god. So Kevin was the type of sleazebag. Mind you, Kevin is not a looker. He has no looks. He has no stature. He has no anything. He is a skeleton that basically just, he has a family. Elvish, calm down. So, like, he's the type of guy that he is, like, literally sitting there. First of all, he doesn't look anything like this picture on the dating app. Whatever, fine. You know what? A lot of people catfish nowadays. We can get past it, sure. So they sit down. They're, like, ordering their food. He literally has the audacity to be like, damn, like, our waitress is pretty fucking hot. Like, look at her arms. Maybe if your arms weren't so flabby, you would have nice arms like hers. Excuse me?
Ugh,
Excuse me?
so gross. Okay.
And then,
you want to
no,
start? You might even want to
no,
start my rant.
No,
Ugh.
no.
Yeah,
Pause.
continue.
Pause. And then, this motherfucker. So, she has, like, her and Gretchen, aka Daisy, have this thing where she can call, or, like, she'll, like, send an SOS text, and Gretchen will call and, like, make up an excuse to get her to leave. Gretchen never did that because she's a fucking bitch. Anyway, so Sydney goes to the bathroom looking for a way out. Obviously, there's no windows or anything. So she is in the bathroom for, like, I'm going to assume, like, maybe 10-15 minutes, trying to just contemplate life. And so she finally walks out, and he's like, damn, like, what fucking took you so long? Like, did you fall in? LOL, ha 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 ha. Oh, well, here's your half of the bill. It's $40. And she's like, okay, whatever, like, I'll pay my half of the bill. But she got a salad and a drink. Mind you, she got a Diet Coke, and he harassed her over a Diet Coke because it wasn't masculine enough. But anyway, she got a salad and a Diet Coke, and she's like, how was my total $40? He was like, oh, well, just pay it. So then they start, like, he, like, basically harasses her to the point where he's, like, forcing himself on her and forces him to walk her home, basically. And so she goes to the wrong apartment complex to kind of get him off of her trail. And he, like, starts grinding on her, basically. And she's like, what the fuck? And he was like, well, I treated you to dinner. This is the least you can do. No, you didn't. If I have to pay 3/4 of the bill, you did not treat me to dinner. In what world is... in what world is that? I'm getting angry. I'm getting
I know.
so
Okay,
angry.
I have the exact same rant about Kevin. But I'm not gonna lie. I have a bit of a rant about our girl. One, if you aren't catfish, for
Oh my
the love
God.
of God, I am banging my forehead right now with my hand. If
Okay,
you are
I have
catfish,
another rant about Sydney, but go on yours really quickly.
if you get catfished, go away, run. Do not pass go. Do not collect $100. I mean, come on. If the people, It's so much easier to get catfish now. We have AI. Hell, even the person you're talking to could be AI. I could be AI, but I'm not because I'm a cat. But just people be safe when you're online dating. Like, come on, really. Survival instincts. And Sydney has very, very little of that. Like, super little. It's annoying. Okay, that's it. Please continue.
I ran halfway across the studio. Oh my god.
One of the interns misbehaving again?
No, I had to pee.
Ah, gotcha.
And typically your rants take 20 minutes. I thought I had
Hey.
time.
You should have told me. I could have stretched it all longer.
What was I supposed to do? Caw?
Yeah, that was the signal. What's
Um,
going? You know, that sort of thing. Anyways.
Okay.
All right.
Let's
But
find-
anyways, my rant's done. Please be
Bladders
safe. Have
empty.
survival instincts. Yes, please have survival instincts and empty your bladders.
Okay, but then... Okay. Piggybacking off of what you just said about survival instincts. Oh my god, Sydney. Sydney, honey. Sit down. I'm gonna hold your hand while I speak to you personally. Sydney. Dear. Honey. Sugar. Sweetheart. Whatever. You have a man here. Granted, he was innocent. He was like 20% innocent. Listen, you have this man here that clearly has a burner phone. Your best friend was killed by someone with a burner phone. He is a doctor. Your best friend was murdered by a doctor. You met this doctor randomly on the street, like a block after, or a block away from your apartment, around the time that your best friend was murdered. He can't remember what hospital he works for. He can't even remember his own last name. And yet, you're telling yourself all of this and you're like, damn, like, this is really suspicious. Oh, well, he's cute. What?
Yes, that's
What?
lack of survival instincts.
Maybe I should tell the police. Never mind. Ooh, my ex is a cop. Maybe I should tell him. No, never mind, because my ex shouldn't be in my life anymore. Mind you, her ex is the head of her best friend's murder. He's in charge of the fucking case.
He's the leading investigator.
Right. And even though obviously it wasn't him, but from what the book gives you, we think that the killer is within feet of him, and he never knows because Sydney never opens her mouth.
Yeah. It's
It's so
Woman.
frustrating. What?
ah,
Not. Did you say women or just woman as in her?
just woman, just her.
I was
Just her.
about to say, excuse me.
Woman. Woman. Now there are guys who are just as dense. Okay? It's just it's frustrating. I have the same frustrations you do. Like, it's almost glaring at you. Even though technically it wasn't him, still, it's bad news.
Right.
It just if anything was giving you a neon sign that, hey, something's not right here. Go the F away.
Right. And everything. Anytime he opened his mouth or anytime anything happened, alarm bells were going off. And he had something. Hold on. I love Kindle because it actually like saves your highlights, like what you highlight in the book. This guy, and I quote, said, "I wonder what it's like to cut into a person with a scalpel, to feel their skin separate under your hand, to see their insides. I can't wait to find out." And then, throughout the entirety of the book, granted he is a doctor, but throughout the entirety of the book, he's always talking about how much he loves to see blood and how, like, blood fascinates him and how he likes to, or like he wonders what it would be like to hurt Daisy but like not in like an abuse sense, but he just wonders what it'd be like to basically like crush her to see her blood spill and shit like that, whatever. To the point where he ends up killing his father because like I mentioned, his father is very abusive. So, you know what? He had it coming. I'm not upset about that. Whatever. Probably should have been murked a long time ago. Whatever. But he said so many what's the word I'm looking for? He said so many concerning things throughout the
Lots of red
entire
flags.
right.
Lots of red
Everything
flags.
was very concerning. Like very, very concerning. And no one ever picked up on this. Ever. They just basically chucked it down to, oh, well, he's a doctor, so. And then like even like in the past, like in the POVs where he's in high school, he went to like this blood donation thing where he like helps out like service, and he even hurts Daisy at that point, and she kind of gets a little bit scared, like, yo, what the fuck. No one bats an eye. No one bats an eye. He was literally borderline sociopathic, and no one batted an eye. Not even the mother. The mother saw the blood on the couch, told the officer, sheriff, what the fuck ever, told him, you have to come back later, whatever, and then proceeded to help clean said blood. What? I understand you're probably happy your husband's gone because you're safe, but your son is borderline sociopathic, and you don't have any concern or warning bells or anything going off in your head to tell you that you need to get him some help? Okay. But no, even though it does sound like, well, me personally, even though it sounds like I'm bitching about this book, I fucking loved this book. This is one of my 2 top favorite Frida McFadden books at the moment. My other favorite one, I'm gonna do a book about it, but she came out with a book recently, I think in February, called The Crash. Fucking loved that book. Loved that book.
This one, okay. I'm in the exact same boat with your entire rant. One, so many obvious clues. But the thing is, I think the mother just didn't want to do anything because I think she's aware, but at the same time grateful given the situation of how crappy the father was, that she just let it go. But I think even after everything she's been through, I don't think even she was kind of right in the head, you know?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, that
like,
makes
there's
complete
just
sense.
at this point, like it's survival. It is, like nothing matters at this point because both are well past gone. Like it is fight to survive. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of like, I wouldn't say make a pass on the mom, you know? I just think that was probably the reason. Does that make sense?
No, that makes complete sense. It frustrated me.
Yeah. I think the whole mother thing part kind of frustrated me the least. But everything else? Oh yeah. Hell no. Please. Have survival instincts, folks. I cannot say that enough.
Like, I don't know. I'm
Nah, fam. I'm in the same boat as you. Like, there are so many red flags. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But I mean, that's kind of like what I was saying at the beginning of this video. I feel like Frida did a very, very wonderful job at giving you so many.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, no, because like the entire time, whenever we have the POV from the past, nothing but red flags. the
Oh
entire
yes,
time. The entire time. I don't know
it
how
is
he's a functioning adult.
full of red flags. Like you could probably make artwork out of all the red flags you have.
No, like truly.
Slug was normal in comparison.
Like, oh my god. But then whenever he becomes an adult, like now we get Tom in like the current like Sydney's POV, and
Yeah.
he seems okay, he seems normal. Once we do make the connection, I don't think making that connection was like, ooh, wow, that's awesome. I did have a feeling that mystery guy was Tom. That's fine.
Same here. Yep.
But
But once you knew, it's like, oh no,
right,
this is
exactly.
where things started to start to connect. And it's like there's definitely so much more in the background.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, when we get Sydney's POV and Tom in that specific sense, he seems fine at first, and you're like, okay, wow, now I've seen all the red flags from 20 years ago. Where are the red flags now? And then eventually they start uncovering more and more, and then you're kind of just like, okay, what is happening right now? So I really do think Frida McFadden did a very, very wonderful job at that, because she did everything in her power to put your main focus on Tom, while also putting your focus on Randy, while also putting your focus on Kevin. Because Kevin was nothing but a distraction. He kept popping up here and there,
Exactly.
but never
It's just
actually
a
did anything.
Stupid little annoying little rat.
Pretty much,
I
because
really-
he added nothing to the story. He just randomly appeared. So you're
Besides
thinking,
being a
okay, maybe
distraction, that's what he was there. He was there for misdirection. That was the word I was looking for. Misdirection.
right. Because I was thinking, damn, maybe Kevin found out where she actually lived. Maybe he got the apartment wrong. Maybe he's the one that killed her friend. But no, like, she did a good job at keeping your attention on only the men. Me personally, I didn't think of any woman. I didn't think of Gretchen being Daisy at all. I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't either. At this think that Gretchen was Daisy, I like that twist. I like that twist a lot. And seeing that
Right.
Daisy was crazy too, I'm like, holy fuck.
And you know what?
No, it was like, as much as book has annoyed me for certain things, I applaud this book. This book
No,
was amazing.
honestly, it really was. And you know, there was a point in the previous POV, I really thought Slug was off his rocker, because you know, Allison, I think is her name, she went missing. Obviously Tom had no idea, but it pointed all fingers to Slug, and it even pointed fingers on Slug hurting Daisy. Obviously we find out that's not true, but I really thought that Slug was off his rocker, just to find out that it was her all along. And I really love the direction that this book took, 1000%.
Oh yeah, no, it was great.
So for me personally, this book, just based off of the writing alone, I really loved the writing. It was very quick, it was very fun, it was very catchy, it was immersive, it was fantastic. I immediately was already at a 4.5 star rating. I already knew I loved it. And then once that twist came out, once it was like maybe the last like 2 chapters, once that twist came out, I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting at my desk, Explicit was at his, I screamed like dead ass.
Oh yeah, I remember you messaging me that.
Yeah, like I scared him. So because of that twist alone, and because of the fact that I guessed every twist but like this one, I gave this book a 5-star rating, and I will stand by that. Did you know, Aqua? Did you know this is one of Frida McFadden's lowest rated books?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh,
So
I don't know
I
that.
stand heavily and very proud of my 5-star rating.
Oh, maybe in the future I might look at another Frida McFadden book too. Just to read for pleasure for the most part.
I
did enjoy
suggest
it,
The
I just forget.
Crash.
The
I
Crash,
liked
okay.
The Crash. Or if you're doing it, like if you like your Audible, if you go to the free section of your Audible, The Perfect Son
Mhm.
and Do Not Disturb are on there for free, and those are both
Oh,
fantastic.
okay. Oh, okay. Then I'll definitely check this out then.
I think
Doodle
maybe
free. A price tag free is very nice.
the teacher might be free as well. I don't know. That one, okay, listen, side rant, the teacher was phenomenal. It was
Oh, okay.
fantastic. However, the topic in the book is not okay. But
Oh.
the entire book and the writing and the plot twists and everything was 10 out of 10. The topic at hand was a 2 out of 10. Like a 1 out of 10. A 0 out of 10. So I gave that one a 4.5 star rating because whenever you say whenever you say that you rate the teacher highly, people like get disgusted with you. I rated it highly based off of the plot twist and the writing. If I could rate it based off of the topic, it would be a 1 star. So I would read The Teacher as well. The Teacher was phenomenal.
Okay, I'll definitely give it a gander.
But okay, rating. I want to hear it.
I'll give it a 4. A solid, a very crispy 4. A very good 4.
Anything? What kept you from giving it a higher rating?
Okay, besides the pet peeves and the obvious, like, whatchamacallit? I lost my train of thought because I had a sneeze about to come in.
Come in or come out?
Yes. But besides the pet peeve and like it's just it's the trope of like the very dense character. I guess really bugs me sometimes. Like it's so obvious. Like, okay, I guess to me it felt so obvious and blatant in the forefront that something should have been done, and the lack of initiative from Sydney. Like, I get like certain things, maybe like if there's like forms of like manipulation, things like that, I can understand that, I guess I kind of like was like nitpicking it a little bit in a way, I'll be honest, but not in the way like trying to like disassemble the book or like to down the book. It's mostly because like when it comes to like thriller and murder things like that, I like things to really like to make things very smooth, and I felt like the flow was smooth, but there were definitely quite a few cracks in the floorboards that kind of like, meh. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain it really.
I get
Like,
that.
don't
No,
get me
I
wrong, I love the
understand.
book. It deserves a 4, like very crispy 4. I would not go lower than 4 at all. Like, that's like no, like there is no discussion. It's not below a 4. Okay, it's a 4. It deserves its 4. I could go to a 4.5, but it's just the cracks in there. It's just what gets me, because I like thrillers. I really enjoy these type of books. I love a good murder mystery. Like the movie Knives Out, I really liked it. I was so into it, and the way how Knives Out, I kind of use that as a bit of a comparison of how a flow should be. Getting evidence, seeing things happen, the twists and the turns. I really like them. But it's just the little cracks there that just like, meh, kind of like dings some points into me. You know what I mean?
Well, see, and I appreciate that, and I like respect that, and I can fully validate that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I love your take on that just because I know exactly what you mean by this
Yeah.
story has cracks. The thing for me though, the way I kind of interpreted it was the fact that the cracks, you would be walking along very smooth, everything was going well, a crack happened and
Yeah.
you would stumble, but then you're like, wait a minute, that stumble would make you start thinking, and then you're walking smooth again, and then you would stumble, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? And then eventually at the end, you run straight into the wall because you never picked up the very tiny hints along the way. That's how I perceived it.
No, I get that completely. Like, sometimes a well-placed crack is important for the smoothness of the story,
Yeah.
But I felt like it to me, it was like, it was there. It had so many good moments to where that crack could be an easy push to make it smooth, but it kind of like, it felt more of just too many trips, I guess.
Yeah.
Not enough falling down and be like, wait a second, that doesn't
No,
make
I get
sense.
that.
Or wait a second, this, that, or the other. You know, like it was like, oh, it was like so close. It's like right there, like just little. You know, like we try like you drop something between your like under your bed, and you're like too lazy to
I
get up, and you try to
fucking
reach it on the floor, but you can't because your arm's too short. That's how it felt like to me. You
aqua.
know? Yeah. What?
I aqua. I
Yeah.
thought I wholeheartedly thought you were about to say when you drop something in your butt crack.
Yeah. Gross.
I was
Actually, you
like,
can reach your
where we
No, but I was gonna say like the crack between the bed, you know, like between the bed and the nightstand. You try
you
to grab
said
it, but you're too
bed crack,
lazy.
I think.
No, like between the crack between the bed and the nightstand is what I meant to say. But then I was like, that doesn't sound accurate. Not everyone has a nightstand, so I
Well,
just went
and then
for
I was thinking,
off
I
the
was
bed.
like, well, when do you like why this is what I pictured. I'm sorry. This is what I pictured. I was like, why are you just standing there? Like, how are you dropping shit in your ass crack?
Well,
Like,
okay,
do you have
things
like
could happen. Things could happen. You never know. Could be doing a handstand or something. I don't know. Listen, people
holy
drop things in
shit?
weird places. But no, but you see what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like you drop something off of your bed, you're too lazy to get up, so you try to reach over, but you can't reach it. You're just slightly too far away. You can touch it, but you can't grab it.
No,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yeah.
That was just me. Because I guess when it comes to these type of books, I like to be analytical because it's kind of fun. I like the details, the little nuances, the little wait a second. This insignia turned out to be important and it was all the way back here, and like trying to connect the dots is what I love, especially when it comes to a thriller. But when things are too much of like a trip, it kind of I wouldn't say I don't want to say ruin the thriller, but it kind of like lessens it slightly. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, that's very
Yeah.
valid. Very valid.
hmm Yeah. So, but that's why.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna drop everything apparently. No, that's valid.
Don't do that.
Well, do you have any last minute remarks,
I
comments?
do. I have one.
Okay.
Please have survival instincts. If you get
Uh,
catfish, have some self defense. Keep a mace with you, even if it spills in your purse. Come on. Have a taser. Have something. Protect yourselves, folks out there. Okay.
I
Okay,
mean,
that's it.
on that note, too, women, ladies, madams, I know it's hard
Madams.
because we can't physically do it, but y'all gotta grow a pair of balls, man. I know you can kind of tell when a man is getting a bit aggressive and you don't want to leave the date because then they'll get mean, and that is fine, but there are so many ways. Like, most people have buttons on their phone that immediately calls like 911 or something. It is okay if you can get help. It is okay to like stand up and walk the fuck away from a weird date. Gotta grow that pair of balls because, come on.
Or if not, have your knee get to know a pair and knee the guy in the balls. Or
Right.
better yet, if you want for better effect, punch him in the throat and take his wallet.
I like that option too.
Yeah, get your money back. Especially if they make you pay for the meal. But then there's a whole other rant I can get to, but we are not here for political speeches, folks. Haha. We're about books.
But yeah, I guess I'm at the end. I don't really have much else to say. I really enjoyed this book.
This book was fun.
It was very, I was very invested in it. It was a very, very quick read. It was one of the books where I didn't put it down the entire time and I read it in one sitting, and that's okay. Sometimes that's easy to do and sometimes it's not so easy to do. Like right now, I have been on, I'm just going to be real with you. A video that we're doing, well, we're recording it next week, but it won't be on for at least like maybe 2 months for you guys. I have been reading this book for a week and a half.
Ooh, that's a big book. Especially for a serial reader like you. Because you're really good at reading stuff. And
Mind
I'm
you,
just-
it
Yeah.
is the same size, if not a little bit smaller than Silver Flames.
Really?
it's interesting. The book is interesting, but my God, it is so fucking slow. So I switched to the
Really?
audiobook. I have 5.5
Hmm.
hours left, and I can only listen to maybe 30 minutes at a time. And each chapter is like 50 minutes long. It's so fucking slow. So, when I literally say I read this book in one sitting, it was phenomenal. I liked it. I stand, like I said, I stand very happily behind my very, very big 5-star rating. I don't care. I will fight anyone that says otherwise. That's fine. Come at me, bro. But I loved this book. But yes, this was fun. This was really, really fun. I wish Aqua was here to stay, but he doesn't love us anymore. He hates us,
Listen,
and he
listen.
hates books, and he hates Violet, and he hates you, Stephanie. That's okay.
Listen, I
So
don't
he's gonna
know
leave us.
Stephanie like that. Okay, I don't know Stephanie like that. All right, Stephanie, be
Stephanie,
cool.
he hates you.
What? No, I don't. Anyways, DMs are open. Violence has been bunking in my box every now and then. Okay, look, listen. Boxes are expensive. Okay, I gotta pay rent. All right, I gotta hustle in the street corner every now and then.
Is your box the same 89-cent one from Walmart? I saw the same stamp.
Nah, I just use the same stamp. That way the realtor thinks that it is, but really it's $1.99.
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Homeboy been upgraded.
Moving up in the world.
Heck yeah.
But yes. Yeah. Again, I guess I'm doing this update for the next few videos, and for those who watch every video, I know you're sick and tired of it, but for those who don't watch every video and this might be your first, you are going to be seeing a lot of new faces. We have a few guest stars. I am currently the only host of Night Court Narrative now. Our previous co-host, Esper, is gone. Hashtag bitches be crazy. So I am doing Night Court Narrative alone about 80% of the time, and then I'm going to have co-host Aqua here. If you watched the last video, yeah, if you watched the last video, we have Volatile or Quinn, whichever one you would like to call him, and you will see. Maybe next week. One of my really good friends, Devil, he is going to be here as well. So we have a few people, and then I think I might have someone named Astartes come in.
Ooh. Of the
He
Imperium. Sorry, I just nerded for 3 seconds.
That is okay. Astartes is actually a friend of mine and Aqua's, so that would be cool too. So just letting you know, you will see a lot of familiar faces, and you will be seeing a lot of just me. I'm better, obviously.
Wow. Don't worry, I'll still be a cat in the box. I'll be here every now and then. When I
You're
can,
just gonna see him in the corner. Not
I
saying anything, just in the corner.
I'm literally just in the alleyway of the studio. I have not gone far. I'm just upgraded boxes. Look, full-time cat it's very time consuming.
I'm just a girl. An elf, but I'm just a girl. It's okay.
We're all trying to make by with the peanuts we get.
Wait, you're getting peanuts?
Yeah.
I haven't gotten a peanut. Who's giving peanuts?
So, anyways, that's Night Court Narrative.
Wait, I want my peanuts.
Listen. Those
Fuck
are
it.
my peanuts.
Fuck it. Whatever. I hate you.
Alright, I'll give you a singular peanut. Okay, I'll give you a
Thank
single
you.
peanut. I could spare one peanut for this month. I can spare one.
Our friendship is restored.
Hey, wait, hold on. What?
What? Anyway.
What?
Thank you guys so much for being here. I am Elvish. This is Violet.
And I'm Aqua.
No one cares about him. What?
Wow.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Listen here, you. That's where you cut it.
Oh. Okay, bye.
Oh.